Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blue Steel Tarot. Today is Sunday, November 20th. It's a holiday shortened week with Thanksgiving coming up later on in the week on Thursday. So, should be a pretty exciting time, hopefully, for everybody. Hopefully, you're celebrating with family and or friends. We'll do our weekly reading to kind of get a sense as to what the energy and vibe might be. We'll see what challenges we might face and what a potential solution could be. And then we'll kind of wrap up with how does the week end. I'll pull a few cards and I can clarify with the Love is Love Pride Tarot deck. And as usual, we'll kind of start off with the Robin Wood Tarot deck. So this spread is one I haven't done before. I just came across it recently and thought I would kind of give it a try. So let's see what the vibe of the week will be. What is the vibe of the week? Vibe of the week is the Wheel of Fortune. Excellent. Okay, what is a challenge for the week? Oh, the Tower. Interesting. Okay. The challenge. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the start. That is the start of the week. What is a challenge for the week? Okay, the Six of Cups. What is the solution? The Two of Pentacles. And then what is the conclusion? So kind of looking at it from this angle, like what is the conclusion? And that is the Nine of Wands. Okay, so interesting week. The vibe overall is phenomenal. So the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is, this is a wonderful card. It's card number 10 in the deck. And it's one of the major arcana cards. So the Wheel of Fortune, we have to think of, the wheel is spinning. Things are turning in your favor. Things are turning and changing. So this, to me, is kind of highlighting the vibe is things are looking up. There's a lot of things that are working in your favor. And I think this is suggesting that, even when it might seem like it's not working in your favor, you're going to be recognizing that things are always working out for you. Things are always working out for me is a great mantra. To kind of use, I think, even on a daily basis, right? Just to kind of, level set. And that things are really working out for you. They may not seem like that at the time, and that can be kind of difficult. But the Wheel of Fortune kind of is saying, hey, this wheel is spinning, and there's, it's moving in a new direction, and it's continuing progress. So overall, it's a great vibe. It's an optimistic vibe. It's a very positive vibe, which is interesting because, right, we start the week with the Tower. So the Tower there's some shakeup here. Now, we'll clarify this a little bit more because I want to see what I can glean into what this Tower moment might be. But Tower moments are, these big disruptors. These are surprising events. They're shocking events, largely unexpected. But sometimes when the Tower comes in, it kind of shakes us into leaving our comfort zone, trying something new, and just, exploring something or leaving something behind that we've been kind of holding on to, even though it's no longer serving us. So Tower moments can be uncomfortable, but they can be great transitions, but also great growth opportunities. When we talk about the challenge of the week, we have the Six of Cups. And so, kind of relating this to like the Tower, as we start the week, the Six of Cups could be something nostalgic, right? So, which isn't surprising, given that this is a holiday week, a typical holiday week we spend time with family and close friends. So, if you're coming home from school or you're going to be visiting family and going out to some old haunts we used to hang out, this card could be like the return of somebody that you once knew, the return of a friend. And it could be kind of a surprise. So somebody could be coming into your life this week. Someone could be returning. And it doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be it could be someone who was a friend. Maybe you drifted apart. And maybe they're going to come back and it's going to be kind of surprising. And there's going to be, maybe they made some surprising changes to their lives. And it could be a good thing, is my initial thought. It could be a very good thing that you might be pleasantly surprised that somebody is like kind of turning their life around. And or you could be reconnecting with somebody who might be like an old flame, right? And this person could be coming back and trying to, saying, hey, it's been some time since we connected. Maybe they're having some regrets. And that's going to kind of surprise you because I think you kind of thought it was over and now they're coming back. So there's something about this card, that being closest to the start of the week and being closely associated with the Tower card, it just makes me think something is going to happen with somebody from the past. And it's going to kind of shake you up, and it's going to be unseen and unexpected. Again, doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just highly unexpected. It might kind of like shake you up. For example, I just got this sense that it could even be like a scenario where, you started dating somebody new, and then somebody you might see when you're, home from the holidays, you're home for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Eve is a big night for going out with old friends and going out to, local establishments. Maybe this is somebody, you reconnect with this particular person, and you're kind of not really expecting that because you thought either they moved on or you've kind of moved on and started dating somebody new. So that's kind of the challenge. Is this person coming back? So the question is, like, what do you do? What do you do? So we got the Two of Pentacles in the solution column here. So with the Two of Pentacles, it's more about the Two of Pentacles is kind of like balance, right? So I think that's kind of like what this is suggesting. The solution here is to, I think, maintain a composure, right? Don't necessarily express and display all emotions, perhaps, whether they're good or bad, and maybe kind of strike a balance between the two to also let the nature of whatever's happening kind of sink in. You need some time. So sometimes it's better to indicate that and not react right away, and just simply let something, marinate for a little bit, right? But this is a careful balance. I mean, this is being careful on what you say and what you commit to and what you really want, because, maybe you're certainly open to talking to this person and, maybe resolving something from the past that might not have worked out well. And I'm just kind of like rattling all this off as it's coming into my mind. But this is kind of saying, like, be careful and strike that balance between saying too much and not saying enough. Maybe expressing your satisfaction and gratitude for the conversation and the opportunity to kind of reconnect. But maybe kind of like let it sit for a little bit is kind of what I'm thinking. And again, we'll clarify this. I just want to kind of go through initial cards here and kind of get the sense for the week. And then, so as far as the conclusion of the week, we have the Nine of Wands rather. So the Nine of Wands is a little bit of like the wounded warrior. It can be kind of like the person who's kind of nearing the finish line, but it's kind of like a calming sensation. So the week is going to end in a calmer note, I think. And it's probably going to be a little bit calmer after some drama. And I think that the Six of Cups and the Two of Wands relates to a little bit of the drama that was initiated by the Tower. So after the initial drama, the Nine of Wands kind of comes in, and it's really kind of like an opportunity to kind of pause and reflect and kind of stop. And in this case, the scenario here, you can see that the character, he's leaning on the staff. He's tired. He's a little worn down. Maybe it's been a long week. So as you come into the end of the week, I think be mindful of that too, right? You probably had a lot of engagement, a lot of connections with family and friends over the past several days. By the time like Friday, Saturday rolls around. So kind of like rest and take some time to yourself if you need to. So, Friday might be a great opportunity to do that. As far as the solution, I think the Nine of Wands is like, it's saying, hey, be prepared for whatever, and kind of assemble all of your resources and feelings and thoughts, and think about like what's truly matters to you and where you want to go from here, because we know the Ten of Wands is really kind of like, he's kind of, in the final stretch. He's kind of coming home. He's approaching, his home off in the distance, and but he's not quite there yet. And the good news is it's over at that point, because it's number 10. This is number 9. So, be careful of what you decide to do, because I think this is saying you might have a little bit more of a challenge and a hurdle, and there might be some initial feelings. So if you kind of feel like you're being asked to do something with this particular person that might come back, that kind of disrupts your whole vibe, maybe this is kind of saying, you know what, if it doesn't feel right, there's a reason for that. So listen to your inner feelings, and don't react and respond right away, and kind of let them sit. So I am getting very much between these two cards, I'm getting very much like between the solution and the conclusion is kind of maintaining a balance, but also kind of letting something sit and marinate for a little bit. So do not, I get this is like a decision doesn't have to be made now, and as a consequence, don't necessarily react immediately. Okay. Which can be just good advice in general sometimes, right? Sometimes we tend to react with our emotions when we don't necessarily intend to, want to, or nor should we. Let's see what the let's see if we can pull some clarifying cards using the Love is Love Pride deck here. First, I want to clarify this Wheel of Fortune. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is a great card, but I kind of want to get a sense as to. We're going to clarify all of them, really. So let's just jump right into that. The Wheel of Fortune. Let's clarify. Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune card. Okay, so we get the Three of Wands. So ships coming in, looking for something, coming in. Again, very forward-looking, very positive, right? We also have the Four of Cups. So maybe you're at a point where, you're kind of feeling a little, I like this card, and you can see here, it's two people, they're in a relationship, they're casually dressed, they're sitting on a sofa, probably seemingly watching television. There's a glass in front of them that's half full. There's some spilt liquid on the table, presumably next to them. And it's a little bit of apathy, right? Just kind of like, you're just kind of like, so maybe you're at a point like coming into the week, you're a little bored. Maybe you're a little like, what's next? Where am I going? What's going on here? Like, if somebody said to you, what's new? How are things? You're gonna be like, yeah, they're fine. They're good. They're okay. Fine. So that's what I'm getting there. But the overall vibe, I guess, Three of Cups. The Three of Wands, waiting for ships to come in. And, this is typically like, usually the male figure kind of steering it into the water, holding one staff with one behind him and one to his side. This is obviously a different depiction of that same card. But similar scenario. This is, a person walking away from a bird's nest, and there is, it's kind of an interesting depiction of it. It's very different, right? But the bird are seemingly trying to get this person's attention, who I presume is a woman, but I don't know for sure. And, she's holding one rod in her hand, but there's two behind her. So, this is like leaving something behind, and maybe like the wheel is turning in your favor, and you're leaving something behind because it's just not working for you anymore. You're just not really feeling that satisfaction that you might have felt before. And it's just time. It's just time for something new. And the good news is things are moving in your favor. Tell me more about this tower. Tell me more about the tower, which is the way the week starts. Let's talk more about the way in which the week starts. Okay, so the King of Swords. This is kind of someone coming in with a message. This could be somebody who has gained some clarity. So this could be you, or this could be somebody else. But kind of thinking along the lines of what I said earlier, this person is very stoic. He's very confident. He's very secure, and he is very sure of his thoughts and ideas and the message that he wants to take. So he's very eloquently spoken. This could be you. This could also be somebody coming back into your life, knowing that this precedes the Six of Cups. So could be somebody coming in who's now older, they're more mature, and they've gotten a sense of clarity, and they, want to write something that might not have been appropriate before. And maybe they're going to chalk it up to just being, immature, insecure, whatever the case might be, and now they're no longer feeling that, and they're more mature. And I think if that's the case, if this person is more mature, that's certainly a good thing. Okay? Tell me more about this Six of Cups. Tell me more about this Six of Cups. And again, this is kind of like the challenge of the week. Okay, so the Queen of Swords. So it's interesting that we have the King of Swords clarifying the Tower, and now we have the Queen of Swords clarifying the Six of Cups. So the Queen of Swords rather, is, she's more of the feminine energy. And this could be somebody coming back of the opposite sex, right? So if you are represented by the male and the King of Swords, or vice versa, it could be the opposite sex coming in. So whether or not that aligns with your, like, a romantic person or simply a friend, that's the way it could be kind of coming out here. And so the Queen of Swords, I guess the reality is, like, if this is two different people, maybe it's not. They're more mature and they're more confident in their message that they want you to take away, and they're going to be clearer in what they want. So whoever this is, they've changed. They are, and maybe it's both of you or maybe it's the other person. Okay? But the biggest question is, what do we do? So let's clarify the Two of Pentacles here. Let's see if we can get some clarity. Get some clarity on the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands can be a little bit of a change. It can also be conflict, but I'm kind of getting more of like an inner conflict, to be honest. And I kind of think of that as it relates to the Two of Pentacles. So you might be kind of really kind of torn, and maybe it's related to something that's happened in the past with this particular person, but I get a feeling you're going to be, it's mental. It's not necessarily them. This is not a fight. This is not an argument. This is like a mental tug of war that's going on within you. And let's pull another card on that. I'll pull the exact card following it. So, okay, so I have the Nine of Swords. So, the Nine of Swords, which we end the week on the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Swords, this can typically be like somebody who is kind of like in their mind, they're in their head. There's a little bit of like a mental anguish. There can be some like nightmares and distraught feelings. So whatever this is, and this is kind of like the solution, maybe the solution is also to kind of like get clear in like why you're feeling what you are, right? Because if this is the solution, so let's think of it in that regard. How could this possibly be the solution? And I think it's saying like there's a mental anguish and there's a distraught feeling that you're having. Evaluate what that is. Figure out, it's all in your head. There's something in your head that's holding you back. What is that? What is going on in your head? Get under there. And some of that just could be subconscious. It could be from a prior belief, right? So beliefs are just thoughts that we continue to think. So maybe you feel a certain way about this particular person, or maybe whatever that happened between you and this person relates to something that happened to someone else in your life, maybe a parent or somebody else, and you saw how poorly it went, or you saw the pain and suffering somebody felt, and you're equating it to that. And it could be something else too. I think it's kind of like getting into your subconscious mind a little bit. I would say meditate. I would say do some meditation just to kind of see like what might be, if this scenario presents itself to you, see kind of like what's holding you back here. And, what is creating kind of the mental anguish? Because I think within that, you're going to realize some truths. Like maybe it's really not that bad. And maybe some of the beliefs that you've been holding on to are just simply not true. Right? So I definitely would say meditate. I mean, sometimes, meditation can quiet your mind. It can reduce all the noise and the clutter. Focus on like a clock or something, right? I have a clock in my house, and it's actually above this table, so hopefully you can't hear it. But long story short, like when I meditate and I listen to this clock, if I don't use a guided meditation on YouTube, I will meditate and just listen to the clock. And if I can just focus on the ticking sounds for a long period of time, I instantly feel much calmer. I feel more at ease, and ideas and thoughts will just come to me that can either be, I call them inspired action. I think Abraham Hicks calls them inspired action, right? It'll be, it could be something crazy like, order that pair of jeans that you saw online that you wanted, and I did that. And or it could be something deeper, kind of like reaching out and connecting with somebody that just popped into your mind. If that's ever happened to you, sometimes those are the inspired actions that we should be taking when we're in a point of like receiving, right? Let's clarify the Nine of Wands. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, Nine of Wands is clarified by the Five of Swords. Okay, so with the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords, again, is a little bit more of like a conflict. And again, I still think it's kind of all in your head. So I think it's all in your head. I think the answer here is meditation, to be honest with you. Let's ask for one card. No, let's ask for two cards. What actions should we take? What actions should we take that could impact the outcome? What actions should we take? Okay, King of Cups. Get in touch with your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Get in touch with your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. And the Four of Pentacles. Let go. Let go. You see how he's holding on to those pentacles, kind of like he's never going to get them back. There's no more coming in. Maybe he's being a little miserly. Maybe he's not, and it could be metaphorical too, in the sense that you're not letting go of your thoughts and emotions and feelings. And not that we should let them go, but I think you just let go of the ones that no longer serve you and unpack them a little bit. So again, I think do that. Get in touch with your thoughts, emotions, and feelings, represented by the King of Cups here. He's very consciously aware of what he's thinking. Like, look at this card. Like, look at it. You know, the ship is kind of going through his mind, right? And his eyes are closed. You know, meditate. Get in touch with your thoughts, emotions, and feelings, and think about like what beliefs do I have that no longer serve me? Which ones can I let go? And I think that that's going to really impact your week this week. So hopefully this resonates with you. Drop some comments down below. I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. That would be great. By all means, share any thoughts and ideas. If this resonates with you or it doesn't, or something kind of comes into, maybe something will resonate with you later in the week in some manner, by all means, share that with me. I love to read about that. And enjoy Thanksgiving, and I'll be back again soon.